What is up, bros? Josh here, and today's video is a keeping you up to date video. This is one I'm pretty excited about because 8.11 just hit World of Warships, and this is one that is full of things to do, almost too much stuff to do. If you've noticed, I haven't made one of these videos in a while. That's because the latest two updates really haven't had too much in them as content-wise. I feel like they've been pretty light, so I feel like they really haven't had or needed a video like this to kind of keep up to date. This one, however, there's been a lot of stuff not only with this update, but that has been announced recently that I figure I would make a video, keep you guys updated with everything going on in World of Warships. As always, everything we talk about in this video, I'll put a link down below that you can go into more in depth, because we're going to just briefly go over things, so this video isn't an hour long. But 8.11 is the New Year update, and this is something that World of Warships tends to go pretty big on, and they definitely did this year. You will, however, get the login. Once you are logged in, obviously there are going to be some daily rewards you'll get for just logging in. I do always highly recommend whenever these daily rewards come out, even if you don't have time to even play games, hop in, get your free stuff. All it takes is a couple seconds, get your free stuff, your login, and then just log out if you don't have the time. This one though, you will get some cool stuff, and as you see, some shipbuilding tokens with that, which we'll jump into in a second what those mean, basically helping towards the Puerto Rico build. But just some free stuff. However, though, if you do go into the Armory, which is kind of a cool little thing, obviously we all know what the Armory is. Wargaming is giving out some free containers, 2 free containers just for logging in. So go into the Armory, get your free containers. 2 Santa gift containers await you, and the containers ship in your port. So there we go. Pretty nice. Go in there, snag them, and then open them up. If you get something cool, let me know in the comments what you get. I'm interested if you guys get some cool ships or whatnot from that. So 2 free containers just for playing the game. Not too bad. So very nice of Warships for doing that. The Snowflakes have returned. This is something that was introduced last year, was extremely popular. However, this year is a little different. Last year they gave away, I think, a little too much steel, and they definitely have toned that back a little bit. As you see, the tiers have changed. Last year it was tech trees and premium ships had some different tiering. This year it's just all ships, so it's a little easier. Tier 5 through tier 7 in incremental tiers. You will also get more coal, 400 to 750 coal. So if you've ever wanted a time to join a clan, right now is one I highly recommend, because those bonuses up to 10% more if you join a clan. Minimum, I think the lowest one is 5, all the way up to 10%. Definitely I would be joining a clan for the holiday time, because you want that extra bonus. So tier 5 to tier 7 can get you from 400 to 750 coal, as obviously the 400 for tier 5, 750 for tier 7s, and the tier 8 and tier 9 ships can get you 75 steel each, which is pretty nice. And then tier 10 victories. These are all first-time victories. Once you've won them, you can't like get them again. And people have asked if you reset lines. I believe it's still a one-time thing. So once with tier 10s though, and obviously if you get a ship during it, the Snowflake will still be there. So if you're only on, let's say, the Benson, and you unlock the Fletcher, the Snowflake will be on the Fletcher when you unlock it. But if you reset the line, I believe it does not work like that. But the tier 10s first time victories will have Santa containers, so that's kind of cool too. You can get a ton of free stuff. This is also something you can do in co-op, so expect co-op to be popping over the next update, because people are just going to be in there spamming games, getting all their snowflakes done. So a little 200 IQ strat right there. However, though, new directives coming with the New Year's, and these ones are brutal. These ones are going to take you a very long time, and there's kind of a reason why. Again, you see those ship tokens right there. These things are going to be rough. So get those flags ready, get those bonuses ready, get those camos ready, get those camos stocked up, and get in there and get these things done, because these are going to be very, very grindy. These are going to be pretty rough to get, but the rewards are pretty solid. And as you see, those ship tokens right there are going to be part of, again, the Puerto Rico, which we'll get to in just a second. But lots of cool rewards just for playing. Again, I do like the directives because it kind of gives you something to do, but you will also be able to unlock the Grozovoy, or not the Grozovoy, the Grizia, sorry, not the Grozovoy. Well, you can unlock maybe the Grozovoy when you're playing, but the Grizia, which is the tier 7 Italian cruiser. A pretty decent cruiser. It is kind of held back by SAP, as if you want to check out one of my latest videos on it. I did go over it when it was still technically work in progress. Now, obviously, it's finalized. But the main thing when you're going to get through all of this is some steel, some coal, some containers, and the ship building tokens, as well as some permanent camos. So the rewards for just finishing these directives is pretty freaking nice. So getting in there and playing, but man, you get to some of those later ones and you're looking at some huge levels of XP, credits, free XP, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a grind, so get in there, get those games done. You can do those, I think, in all the modes, so whatever works out best for you, you can definitely get them done. You will have some time. Obviously, they will be time gated, so not all at once, but they are all based around the construction of the Puerto Rico. So actually, once you log into the game, you check your daily rewards and whatnot. There is a cool little cinematic and a cool little instructional area that will show you what the Puerto Rico has and kind of how it's all laid down, because honestly, we went over this on stream. We go over kind of all the news live on, so come check us out when we go over it live, twitch.tv/mejash, whenever we are online. The construction of how all this works, it's still kind of confusing, but it was really confusing beforehand, obviously before today when there's a bit more information, but there's a cool little cinematic. This is something that I think Wargaming did a really cool job on, and I hope we see more stuff like this in the future. You're going to basically see them building the Puerto Rico throughout the entire update, depending on how much of these points and things you have, and these are where the construction tokens are going to come in, where you can build these upgrades and whatnot, and speed up the build, because you only have the update to finish the Puerto Rico. Again, the Puerto Rico is going to be a super grind, getting all those directives done and getting those ship building tokens done. However, you can speed up a little bit. As you see, there is a countdown for when the ship will actually start being built, so you have some time to get some stuff done and get stuff finished in the directives. You can kind of speed it up with some doubloons, so that is kind of nice if you maybe don't have the time and you want the ship. But this is a tier 10 cruiser. This is a pretty beefy cruiser, very armored. The guns are very battleship-esque. It's basically an Alaska on steroids, and is a pretty good ship. I do think, to me though, I think the Alaska is still maybe better for tier 9, or tier for tier. The Alaska is better at tier 9, but the Puerto Rico is definitely can be a force to be dealt with, just because of how armored it is and its ability to pump out some decent damage. So the Puerto Rico will be a pretty fierce tier 10 cruiser. We'll see where it fits into the meta these days, but it is a ship that you essentially can get for free if you play a ton. It will definitely be a grind. So get in there and get it done. There is also a new collection, which is going to be kind of cool. I always like collections. You go in there, you're going to get some premium time, nothing too crazy, and then once you finish it, you will get a large Santa container for that. So that's pretty neat. Captain's logbook. Now, this is something that is pretty cool. It's kind of like a collector's thing. The more you collect stuff, obviously, the more you're going to be able to fill in this area, so it is kind of nice. It seems, I don't know if it's once you collect it then it's there, or if it's like if you have to have it. As you see, there's flags and you see there's camos and ships and whatnot. I don't know if you sell stuff, if it will be there, but it will show kind of the completionist in all of us getting all of that stuff. It's all available stuff, so I think if it's a ship that like isn't available, or a camel that isn't available, it won't be tagged on there. But this is something kind of cool for collectors. We're all kind of collectors in a way. I especially am, with like a hoarder in a way. I never will sell any ships. I think I have all the ships in the game now, besides I think just a couple. But this is something that is definitely cool and kind of neat to have, and you can see how much you've had throughout this entire game. So a very, very cool thing. Again, if you are a collector, it has all the ships and whatnot, so you could probably spend just a ton of time looking at all the stuff in this, getting captains, getting all that kind of stuff. So kind of a cool little addition for sure, if you are definitely a collector like me. We have some updated clan brawls. So these are kind of the more fun, casual versions of clan battles, and I feel like Wargaming maybe missed the memo on this a little bit. So as you all know, the latest clan battle season was 8v8, and it is one that definitely some clans were having trouble fielding players because it did require one extra player. I don't know if Wargaming realizes that more definitely isn't better when it comes to clans, especially in a very casual clan. So if people aren't able to fill 7v7, people aren't able to fill 8v8, why would you make it larger than that? So I don't know what's going to happen with this. I feel like some of these are going to be very tough for most clans to fill. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this. But the 5th clan brawl, I know these are very popular, so that's good, but I feel like the larger teams is going to be something that really holds a lot of clans back, as you see in the 7th one. But the 5th clan brawl will be December 21st, and it's 9v9 tier 5s. Again, tier 5s, most clans will have those, obviously. But 9v9, I think it's going to be tough to get people together to play. Some clans struggle to get 7. I think most clans struggle to get 8. And then I think clans are going to struggle even harder to get 9. So we'll see there. Now, they get the right idea in the 6th brawl, which is December 28th, which is 4v4 tier 8. So it could be kind of some goofy fun there. And, you know, you can kind of bring some ships and whatnot. I think that the 7th clan brawl is one that it completely misses the mark. I feel like it's a complete disconnect from the entire clan battle or clan brawl playstyle. I feel like this is almost ridiculous to have. The 7th clan brawl is fought on January 4th, and it's 12v12 with tier 10s. So there's maybe like 10 clans that are going to be able to play against each other. That seems fun for those 10 clans, but getting 12 people to log on at the same time that want to play clan brawls that have tier 10 ships, you're limiting the number of clans that can do that to maybe a few per server. I don't know. It seems so tough with clan battles numbers dropping drastically each season, because, you know, and then even making this last clan battle season bigger, making these teams in a more casual version larger, makes no sense to me. But I'm interested in what you guys think. The 9v9, 12v12, what are you guys' thoughts? Can your clan even field that? I'm very interested in that, because this is a kind of a topic that comes up a lot on our stream, just clan battles in general. I feel like these is a complete disconnect from any ability for most clans to really do that. So we will see there. Also, rank sprint, another kind of weird thing that Wargaming's trying. This is going to be the 1v1 season, domination style. You know, rise of the CVs, I guess. We're going to see how this one kind of goes. It's going to be kind of goofy. This one starts in December 27th, so a couple weeks halfway through the season. It seems like they're doing a lot of this halfway through the update stuff. This seems to be a new pattern. We've seen it last couple updates. But halfway through this update, we're going to see the ranked sprint version. 1v1, let me know in the comments what you're going to use for 1v1. I'm interested. I will be making a video on this, but it's so tough because it seems like CV is the easy choice, right? Also, a bunch of game balance changes. The Ho show is getting a penalty to its aiming. I feel like it won't really make too much of a difference because the Ho show still double torp bombers and low tiers. Seal clubbers maybe won't be able to seal club just as much, but still will be very effective. The Ho show, a monster that has been created in tier 4s. Also, carrier midway is getting a buff to its torpedoes, both on damage and flood chance. I still don't think it'll be quite as strong as the hack because of the AP bombs, but it will be a buff on its torp. So maybe it'll get a little bit of a rise in its stock value. The Salem is getting a buff to its radar, to its duration, 25 to 40 seconds. Pretty decent there. So if you have the Salem, the coal ship, you will get a nice little buff. And then German battleships obviously getting the new ellipse. So if you haven't played German battleships in a while, you might want to check them out in this update because the new ellipse is going to be live. So you may see a lot of German battleships today. Also some visual upgrades. I feel like this has been a nice little update. The maps have been looking really, really, really good. So I will give them credit for that. I think that visually the game is looking very, very, very good. Also, there are some new updates into the Armory, some commanders. Gunther is going to be available for 175,000 coal. This is the new captain. I feel like it's cool that they're going to make these coal. I feel like this is a very lazy way of distributing a captain. I like having events surrounding these captains. I feel like it's a cool thing to go out there and earn it. Having it just for coal, I feel like is pretty lazy. You know, 175,000, you're saying, is this elite commander available for you know, is it the value of a ship basically? I'm not sure. I don't think so. There are some that are very good. Kuznetsov is also available for coal, or will be. I don't know if he is right now, at least. But I feel like that's just kind of a lazy way to do it. Also, 175,000 coal is brutal. Now, I know through the Snowflake event, you will get a lot of coal, but Do you want a captain or do you want a ship? They're almost the same price. So he is going to be a pretty good captain. I think will be kind of fun if you definitely want a secondary spec or whatever. But I don't know if I'm not the biggest fan of just selling them for cold. It seems kind of like easy and all right, on to the next one kind of thing. Coupons will get reset. They changed their times, so just a heads up there. Also, if you don't use them, you lose them. Yes, it was a serious quote there, but if you don't use them, you will lose them. So if you're going to buy a ship with coal, going to buy a ship with steel, be sure to use that coupon because you're going to have to wait till the next one. So definitely use those coupons if you do want to pick up anything in the armory. Camouflages will be some new ones, so these ones will be pretty cool. I think these are the permanent ones. Yeah, the New Year's, the tier 8s will be available for doubloons, so they do look pretty cool if you want some new camos. Also some content. A bunch of new camouflages and exteriors, so we will see a lot more of that. There's a whole bunch you can check out if you want. The Leander's even getting a historical one. A lot of improvement and fixes, which is nice. And yeah, so a pretty big update. Also, be sure to grab those containers in the armory. That's one of the biggest things, and get in there and start grinding. Another big update is the Submarine testing. They're getting into their 3rd test session, and I'm liking how Wargaming is handling the subs. They are really taking their time on these, and I'm excited for that. But I'm also worried with how this is. This is what was on the dev blog. You can check out the update there if you want. Light cruisers have received depth charges, which is one of the key feedback points. Basically, right now, it seems like this is going to be stuck on both the destroyers and the light cruisers. I feel like if they do not make CVs a heavy part of countering subs with the assist of both destroyers and cruisers, this is going to be a very, very tough time, a very rough integration into the game. So I'm still a little worried with this. We will see. I am optimistic, though, that they are taking so much time testing this out because it does need lots of time. So light cruisers have received depth charges, so they will help destroyers in fighting the subs. Some of the other changes were there is no longer a 3rd depth. There's only going to be the 2 now, periscope depth and underwater. There's no longer going to be the top of the water. If you played the Halloween event, there was basically kind of like 3 versions: the top of the water, periscope, and then the different levels below the water. This one is now just limited to 2, no longer above the water. The depth is now decided by the player. This feels to be like a pretty much free-flowing range. You can avoid some depth charges. You can kind of go up and down, so not like a set static underwater, periscope underwater. So you can kind of have some freedom to move around. They got rid of the oxygen mechanic and replace that with battery charge. I think it's still going to be basically the same thing. I think you're going to have to go up to recharge your battery, and then, you know, or kind of move slow to recharge your battery, and then no longer oxygen. And also hydrophonic mechanic was updated, so going to be kind of interesting there. But there was an update on the test subs. I'm sure there will be a sign up for the next set of test subs. If you didn't get in or are interested in getting in, look for it on World of Warships, your main site, for that kind of stuff. What seemed like a forgotten game mode may be coming back. The arms race, I thought, was one of the most fun ranked seasons, was the arms race game mode, and it seems like it is going to be coming back. However, though, they do mention CVs will now get buffed with the squad, or buffed with the buffs, which kind of stinks, which means we're probably going to see some kind of even tiers for this. So we will see what ends up happening. It doesn't really say if it's going to get thrown in as like a random game mode or going to come back in a rank season or rank sprint season, whatever. It just says that it was improved, which I'm excited because I had a lot of fun with this game mode. It improves, or it promotes aggressiveness, so pretty nice there. And I'm excited to see this game mode come back. Arms race was a lot of fun, and excited to see that it wasn't forgotten, and it will eventually hopefully come back. Last but not least, some super test updates here, some changes. A lot of these are still work in progress, so these probably will get changed. We got the British heavy cruiser, we got the European destroyers being announced, so lots of stuff going on there. I won't dive too much into all of this, but a lot of the Royal Navy stuff is getting kind of tweaked. That's probably the next line that's going to be coming out. So a lot of that stuff working on HE, longer reload, HE AP, fairly tanky, kind of some interesting stuff there, fairly large caliber. We'll see how these eventually break down, but I will let you guys check these out if you want. Again, I'll put a link down below to the dev blog. You can check out all of those updates. But overall, a fairly a very, not even a fairly, a very large update. Lots going on. Building the Puerto Rico, which I thought was pretty cool. We have our clan brawls, rank sprint, normal ranked is still going on. Snowflakes, these directives who are huge. Lots going on 8.11. A lot to do, almost too much to do. So get out there, start playing, and get your stuff, get your rewards, and it's gonna be this is gonna be a grindy month, but it's cool to have a lot of stuff to do. But anyways, all the questions I asked below, post some stuff in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the clan brawl. If you got anything cool from the free super containers, any of that kind of stuff. I'm interested in your guys' feedback. But anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys this time.